Greetings, my fellow travelers. I've recently completed the Titan expedition and concluded I needed to bring some more stuff in a sort of organized fashion, and I consequently did the Relics Redux expedition with most of what I have in here, and I figured I'd share. So, with the exception of the last column, which is extra stuff, it represents exactly what you put in the terminal and the anomaly. That's basically one row of mods, 9 long, and 3 rows of materials, again 9 long. So launch thruster modules, hyperdrive modules, starship shield modules. I really hate to get myself killed by pirates, especially in expeditions. Photon cannon modules, phase beam modules. That's for your exosuit for helping out with the breathing. Phase beam package, that's the gun itself. Photon cannon package. And teleporter, so you can send stuff to your starship no matter how far you've roamed and while you're searching for something. And the glass is in case you're planning on building and you don't need some of the other items below. Warp cells, really annoying to be running around trying to get condensed carbon and metal to do the warp cell container. Just bring them with you. And most of the Redux expeditions, at least certainly the last 3, the moment you do the first jump, you can summon an anomaly and just pull all this stuff out. Life support shell, I guess does not require an explanation. You don't have to worry about oxygen. You don't have to worry about any of the other items you can use to recharge your main life support component. Starship launch fuel. Can't leave home without that one. Hydrothermal fuel cell. If you're not the first persons doing the expedition and our video guides out there and they make a mention of the Nautilon or Dreams of the Deep, Nautilon fuel. Unstable plasma. I'm rather fond of the plasma launcher on the on your gun, except hey, if you don't have fuel for it, it don't work too well. And if I could, I would bring a bunch of mods for it. The ones that don't have bounce, I firmly believe in speed, damage, and accuracy. You can also use it for the geo mining unit. I don't like the geo mining unit, but somebody who likes it, you can speed up any mining you do. Chromatic metal. Well, because a lot of things you need to build seem to require chromatic metal, and wasting carbon or condensed carbon refining the material is annoying. 9,995 runaway mole for 1,999 nanites. Why bring that? Because at least 2 out of the 4 last expeditions seem to have you need to gather so many nanites. Well, yes. There you go. I mean, you got half of what most of the time they ask for. Navigational data. Probably overkill to bring 30. But you discover something on the ground and a little outposts or minor settlements or something, and they have a landing pad. You can summon your ship and use launch fuel, or you can go to the console, spend one of these, summon your ship, and don't waste fuel. Salvage data. Of course, if you're digging up every item you find underground that contains these guys, you're still probably not going to get enough to unlock important things like teleporter rings. So bring a few with you. The silver is in the extra category. So for example, if you're not bringing the unstable plasma or the hydrothermal fuel cell, bring the silver. Why? Because a lot of things you build when you're building bases require silver. Ion batteries, very useful for recharging the various environment-specific protections. Surge battery, I still haven't quite figured out is there a way of actually generating them or building them? Or is it just literally finding them? But they are useful usually for the beacon. Usually in Expedition, you'll have it in this first page. Oh, trigger beacon, find such and such thing, scan, and get a milestone. Starship batteries. If you don't bring the phase beam with you, bring starship batteries. It's a lot easier to recharge your shields when they're down with this than it is to dump materials that you need to upgrade or build other stuff. The next 5 are not specific to these, but they are specific to the amount. 2.5 million, 1.3 million, 1.4 million, 1.3 million, 1.3 million. You grab a couple of these, you bring them with you, and bam, you solved pretty much any issue you have with purchasing stuff at space stations. There's nothing more annoying that you're a few credits short. Yes, I can sell this, but I might need it in 10 minutes to generate enough money to buy that, which I need right now. Yeah, you got 2 million credit or 3 million credit in your bank. It's a non-issue. Sodium would be for lamps for building. Conversely, you may want to grab pyrite instead, which I can't remember what it was for specifically, but there are a few times I was cursing because I didn't have any, although it's often a case of pyrite or something else. So, gold falls into the same category as silver, and so does ferrite dust. What's the point of having a gun if you don't have bullets? Wiring loom, there's a lot of things you need to create or upgrade or repair requires wiring loom. And they are fucking expensive, especially when you're pinching, units. Repair kit, probably don't need 20, but, bring 5 or 6 with you, as well, not 10. If you can limp to the next system without spending any resources on repairing the ship otherwise, then you pull that out of the kiosk and repair your ship, open up your slots, etc., etc. Oxygen, because, well, what happens if for some reason you run out of this stuff, or you don't bring this stuff, you don't like the gel? Bring oxygen. Toxic plants are a great source of oxygen, and since I hate and detest those things with a passion, running out of oxygen is less likely otherwise, but hey, bring a few hundred or 1,000 or 2 oxygen with you. Carbon. Yeah, a personal refiner will not run without fuel, and damn useful for building wooden planks. A lot of the expeditions seem to have go build 6 of this and 5 of that and 3 different roof types. Again, the glass panels come in. Phosphorus, don't remember what specifically was about the phosphorus. It could be life support, it could be something else, or you could use phosphorus instead of one of the other items. Tritanium, fuel for the fighter. Oh, very useful to have it, especially if you don't have, and yeah, that's it. I was looking for a red one, but there is no red one for fuel for the fighter. So this is the one. There's nothing more annoying to be going somewhere and the engines run out, you don't have pyrite, you don't have this, and you're dead in space. You're fucked. Magnetized ferrite. A lot of things require magnetized ferrite when building. It's a question, it's like, if you bring 9,000 ferrites, you don't need to bring magnetized ferrites, but you do end up spending carbon to convert it into pure ferrite and then magnetized ferrite. And this is my tentative to go to list of stuff to bring with me when I start expeditions. And I figured I'd share because quite a few times I've seen comments of guides last month or so. Great, you tell us what we need to do as we're doing the mission, but you don't tell us what to bring. So yeah, there you go. I mean, this is my suggestions to what to bring. And if it ain't on that list, then yes, farm to your heart's content to get whatever else. And therefore, save a certain amount of time and effort, not having to collect materials you don't need. And that's it, my fellow travelers. If I sound different, I'm using an old headset. I'm trying to get a consistent volume. The same video I made a few days ago after finishing the Relics Redux was a fucking nightmare. Too loud one moment, too low the next, and garbled on top of it because I'd lowered the controller. So the volume was all over the place because the mic was all over the place. Live and learn, live and learn. And with those words, my fellow travelers, I wish you a fond farewell. Cheers.
This is the end, beautiful friend.